Khan Academy is a nonprofit, and you are supported entirely by philanthropy. Philanthropy's changed a bit. We're seeing some new things, and so are you. You guys have a new NFT that you're going to be the beneficiary of. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is one of those interesting things that show up on our table every now and then. This group, Parallel, which makes these science fiction NFT trading cards, they reached out to us several weeks ago and said, hey, we auction off these masterpiece NFTs, and we'd like to donate all the proceeds to Khan Academy. So whenever we see something like this, we're like, what's the catch here? But they've been genuine. And in the past, this is a picture of it right over here. It's called Inspiring Teacher, which we're flattered that they made an NFT that's kind of connected to Khan Academy in this way. But in the past, these have auctioned off for several hundreds of thousands of dollars, all the way up to over $1 million. There's 9 hours left in the auction, and so it looks like it's already approaching $150,000. So it's obviously valuable to support us as a not-for-profit. I tell people we're the budget of a large high school, but our aim is to serve much of humanity, and we have over 100 million users around the world that we're offering free learning to around the world. So this donation is both going to serve a lot of folks, but at the same time, it's a really interesting experiment to see how the NFT world and the charitable world can intersect.
It's not the first time you're doing something that's kind of new and out there. I mean, you've been getting cryptocurrency for a long time for part of your philanthropic donations, right?
Yeah, we've been accepting them for a very, very long time. I remember it was near the beginning of the whole Bitcoin interest that one of our engineers allowed us to accept it. I kick myself a little bit. I remember we got $1 million in Bitcoin like 7 years ago, and we prudently converted that to cash immediately. So Khan Academy would have had a larger endowment had we had that. But yeah, we always we want to innovate when it comes to education, when it comes to learning, but also new ways to be a not-for-profit and new ways for people to contribute to what we need to do.
Hey, Sal, I know you expanded the Academy a lot during the pandemic to try and help people out, help countries out, help villages out, help students who weren't in school at that point. What did it mean in terms of the strains on your budget? What were you able to do? How much of that was able to come from people who were volunteering? And where do things stand right now? Do you have enough to help everybody who needs it?
Yeah, when the pandemic hit, you can imagine a lot more people were relying on Khan Academy. We went from about 20 million learners a month to about 30 million learners a month. We went from about 30 million learning minutes per day on the platform to, at the peak, when the school started closing physically, to almost 80, 90 million learning minutes per day. And this has been a moment where we have to step up. This is, the world to some degree has been depending on us, but you can imagine that also affects our budget. Just our server costs are approaching $10 million a year. The remainder of our costs are really to support a platform with practice, exercises. We're covering all of the K through 14 academic material. We're exploring ways for students to get college credit for free on Khan Academy. We're continuing to add science content and other types of content. And this costs real resources. As I said, we're the budget of a large high school. Our total annual budget's about $60 million a year. And it's raised primarily through philanthropy. We have a little bit of earned revenue. We're the official practice for the SAT. College Board provides us some revenue. And so it's critical for donors of all levels, corporate partners, whatever they can do to help keep us going. I always make the argument that in the physical arena, you have institutions like physical libraries, physical parks, physical museums, and that's part of civic society. In the online world, which we all see as sometimes the Wild West, it's important, we believe, to have institutions like Khan Academy there to help educate folks.